What if you went to a new school, and discovered that a monster was killing people, your family was hiding a deadly secret, and you might be the reason the entire school gets destroyed? That is exactly what happens to Wednesday Addams. The story begins with Wednesday talking about how ridiculous high school is. To her, it's nothing more than a place where teenagers are forced to gather under the supervision of adults who fail to achieve their own dreams. And Wednesday definitely doesn't want to be part of it. She's wearing her usual black uniform when she opens her locker and discovers something horrifying. Her younger brother, Pugsley, is tied up and gagged inside. Wednesday immediately tries to free him. But the moment she touches him, something strange happens. She gets a vision. Without Pugsley saying a single word, Wednesday sees exactly what happened. A group of students had bullied and attacked him. And Wednesday decides they're going to regret it. She goes straight to the swimming pool where the bullies are training and throws 2 bags filled with dangerous fish into the water. The result? Several students are injured. Of course, Wednesday's parents aren't exactly proud of what she has done. So they decide to send her away to Nevermore Academy, the same school where her parents, Gomez and Morticia Addams, studied when they were young. But Nevermore isn't a normal school. It's an academy for outcasts and students with supernatural abilities. On the way there, Wednesday's mother tries to convince her that Nevermore might actually be good for her. But Wednesday knows her parents have been waiting for her to make one mistake so they could send her there. She promises herself that she won't stay. She'll escape as soon as she gets the chance. Meanwhile, somewhere near the forest surrounding Nevermore, a young man decides to go camping. One of the locals warns him that monsters live in the forest and that they might eat him alive. He laughs it off. He thinks she's joking. He has no idea how serious the warning really is. Soon, Wednesday arrives at Nevermore. She meets the school's principal, Larissa Weems, who tells her that she'll be staying in the same room where her mother once lived. When Wednesday enters her new room, she meets her roommate, Enid Sinclair. And they couldn't be more different. Enid is colorful, cheerful, talkative, and a werewolf. Wednesday is quiet, dark, emotionless, and immediately starts thinking about how to escape. During a tour of the school, Wednesday learns about the different types of students living there. There are vampires, werewolves, sirens, psychics, and many other outcasts. Then another student approaches her and tells her something disturbing. He says he heard that Enid killed 2 of her friends and ate them. Wednesday looks at him with a terrifying expression. Then she calmly tells him that she does, in fact, cut up bodies. But only to feed them to her pets. The student gets terrified and runs away. After her parents leave, Wednesday starts planning her escape. But her father has already prepared for that. He sends a strange little companion to watch her. A disembodied hand named Thing. Thing is supposed to follow Wednesday and report everything she does. Wednesday changes half of her room from colorful decorations to black and white because she can't stand bright colors. Then she starts exploring the school. She eventually reaches the fencing arena, where she sees Bianca Barkley bullying another student named Rowan. Bianca calls Rowan weak and says she needs someone stronger to fight. Wednesday steps forward. She challenges Bianca. Wednesday tells her that she knows Bianca has appointed herself the queen bee. Bianca proudly accepts the challenge. But Wednesday has one more thing to say. She reminds Bianca that bees die after they sting. That gets Bianca angry. The two begin fencing. The first round ends in a draw. They decide to continue without masks, and whoever gets injured first will lose. Unfortunately for Wednesday, Bianca manages to hurt her. After leaving the infirmary, Wednesday starts walking back toward her room. And suddenly, a huge statue falls from the roof. It is about to crush her. But at the last second, Xavier Thorpe uses his supernatural abilities to save her. Wednesday thanks him. But Xavier tells her something surprising. She doesn't remember him, but they actually knew each other when they were children. They played together at the funeral of one of their father's friends. Xavier remembers that he once became trapped inside a coffin. Wednesday was the only person who managed to save him. He tells her to consider saving her life today as repayment for that old favor. Meanwhile, something much darker is happening in the forest. Sheriff Donovan Galpin and his assistant are investigating the murder of the camper. His body has been torn apart and scattered across the forest. The sheriff tells the press that a wild animal probably attacked him. But he knows better. There's something dangerous hiding in the forest. And somehow, it seems connected to Nevermore. Back at school, Wednesday discovers that thing has been spying on her. She gives him two choices. He can stay locked inside her desk drawer until the end of the school year. Or he can become loyal to her. Thing chooses loyalty. The next day, Wednesday decides to visit a therapist in the nearby town. Not because she wants therapy. Because she wants an opportunity to escape. Principal Weems knows exactly what Wednesday is planning and takes her to the appointment herself. At the therapist's office, Wednesday learns that the therapist has written 3 novels. The therapist tries to understand Wednesday's relationship with her mother. She notices that the relationship seems complicated and distant. But Wednesday isn't interested in talking. She asks to use the bathroom. Once inside, Thing gives her a nail file. Wednesday uses it to open the bathroom window. Then she climbs out. She escapes down a pipe and runs through the town. Along the way, she sees the same vegetable truck driver from earlier. He's been involved in an accident and appears to have broken his neck. Wednesday simply looks at him. And keeps walking. She enters a cafe and orders a very specific coffee with a specific number of ice cubes. The employee tells her the machine isn't working. He can't understand the instructions because they're written in Italian. Wednesday reads them easily and fixes the machine. In return, she asks him to call her a taxi. But the employee, Tyler Galpin, tells her there aren't any taxis available. He suggests Uber. Wednesday refuses. She says she doesn't use technology because she doesn't like anything that can enslave people. Tyler offers to drive her to the train station. Unfortunately, he won't be able to leave for another hour. So Wednesday decides to wait. Then 3 teenagers enter the cafe. They recognize her Nevermore uniform. They start making fun of her. Bad decision. Wednesday attacks all 3 of them. And she beats them by herself. Just as the fight ends, Sheriff Galpin arrives. He is shocked to discover that Wednesday defeated 3 teenagers alone. Principal Weems also arrives and apologizes. But then the sheriff notices Wednesday's full name. Wednesday Addams. He asks if her father is Gomez Addams. Wednesday learns that her father was once accused of murder. She looks at the sheriff and calmly tells him that she expects him to arrest her father someday. Back at school, Weems tells Wednesday that she needs to stop making enemies and start making friends. Wednesday ignores the advice. Instead, she asks Enid to teach her how to use a computer. In exchange, she promises to restore the colors in their room. Meanwhile, Thing visits Tyler's house. He makes Tyler call the number written on his hand. Wednesday asks Tyler to drive her to the train station on Halloween. Tyler agrees. And strangely enough, he starts becoming interested in Wednesday. He even wants to help her escape Nevermore. Halloween finally arrives. Wednesday attends the school party. But Principal Weems keeps watching her. So Wednesday pays one of the game workers to distract Weems. Then she disappears. She meets Tyler outside. But before they can leave, the same 3 teenagers from the cafe show up. They want revenge. Tyler tells Wednesday to run while he deals with them. Wednesday escapes. The moment she touches him, she gets another vision. She sees Rowan dying. Wednesday immediately follows him into the forest. She wants to stop whatever is going to happen. But Rowan suddenly uses his powers to lift her into the air. He tries to strangle her. He tells Wednesday that she has to die. Why? Because she is going to destroy Nevermore. Rowan explains that his mother was a psychic. She predicted that Wednesday would come to the school and eventually destroy everyone inside it. She told Rowan to kill Wednesday before that future could happen. Then, a huge monster appears behind Rowan. And it kills him. Wednesday is shocked. She decides not to escape Nevermore. Not yet. She needs answers. Why is someone trying to kill her? Why does the monster keep appearing? And why is there a picture showing her standing in front of a destroyed Nevermore? The police search the forest for Rowan's body. But they find nothing. Then something impossible happens. Rowan walks back into school alive. As if nothing ever happened. Everyone starts thinking Wednesday imagined the whole thing. She knows she didn't. The next day, Rowan is mysteriously expelled from Nevermore. Wednesday continues investigating. Thing tells her he saw Rowan again. She tries to speak to him. But Rowan refuses to answer her questions. Then Thing follows him to the train station. Rowan enters the bathroom. A few moments later, someone else walks out. The person transforms into Principal Weems. Wednesday realizes that someone can shapeshift. And that person may be hiding the truth about Rowan. She searches the school library for the mysterious book from her vision. The book contains the image of Wednesday standing in front of a burning Nevermore. But she can't find it. While continuing her investigation, Wednesday meets Tyler again. He also has to visit the same therapist. Wednesday asks him if he thinks she's crazy. Tyler tells her he believes her. It's one of the first times someone outside her family tells her that. Back at school, Wednesday discovers something else. Xavier has been drawing pictures of her. It's obvious that he likes her. But Bianca isn't happy about it. She asks Xavier why he's interested in Wednesday. She threatens to destroy Wednesday's life and says Wednesday thinks she's better than everyone else. Enid later tells Wednesday that Bianca is going to compete in the school's canoe race. Bianca's team has won for years. And there is a reason. Bianca is a siren who can control water. Wednesday decides to join Enid's team, the Black Cats. It's the same team her mother belonged to when she was a student. Before the race, Wednesday returns to the forest. She wants proof that Rowan really died. She finds his glasses. Now she knows she wasn't imagining everything. During the race, Bianca secretly arranges for another student to sabotage the other boats. But Wednesday is ready. She sets a trap and manages to avoid Bianca's attacks. Eventually, Wednesday destroys Bianca's boat. The Black Cats win the race for the first time in years. But Wednesday doesn't really care about winning. She only wanted to teach Bianca a lesson. Later, she notices a strange symbol on a statue. It's the same symbol she saw in Rowan's book. That night, she returns to the statue. She solves a hidden riddle. The answer gives her access to a secret library. Wednesday discovers that the room once belonged to the Nightshades, a secret student society. There are hundreds of books inside. And finally, she finds the missing part of the mysterious book. But before she can investigate it, someone kidnaps her. Wednesday wakes up surrounded by students wearing masks. She quickly realizes that Bianca is the leader. The Nightshades don't know what to do with her now that she has discovered their secret. Xavier suggests that Wednesday join them. But Wednesday refuses. She calmly reveals that she escaped her restraints 5 minutes ago. Then she insults them for kidnapping her. She leaves. Back in her room, Wednesday studies the book. She discovers another picture. It shows a woman who looks exactly like her. Her name is Goody Addams. She lived more than 200 years ago. In the picture, Goody is standing in front of Joseph Crackstone. Crackstone was a powerful religious leader who believed outcasts were witches and servants of the devil. His followers hunted them. They wanted to destroy everyone who was different. The next day, the town holds an event celebrating the integration of outcasts and ordinary people. Students are assigned different jobs around town. Wednesday switches assignments with Enid because she wants to visit the old meeting place of Crackstone's followers. Inside the building, she sees the same book from her vision. But it's empty. She realizes it's a fake. Then she sees a painting of Joseph Crackstone. Wednesday learns more about his history. She asks Tyler to help her find a location in the forest. But when she arrives, she discovers only an abandoned house. The moment she touches the door, another vision begins. She sees Goody Addams standing before Crackstone. He accuses her of being a witch and claims the devil sent her to destroy them. Then he opens the doors to a meeting hall. Inside are dozens of outcasts. They've been captured. Goody sees Wednesday and tells her to escape. She tells her to find the survivors and avenge those who were killed. Then Crackstone burns the building. Goody watches helplessly as her people die. Wednesday returns to reality. She realizes that Goody was one of her ancestors. And Crackstone was the man responsible for trying to destroy their family. Suddenly, Wednesday hears something moving outside. The monster appears. She runs away with Thing. But then she notices something strange. The creature has monster footprints. And human footprints. Wednesday realizes the monster is actually a human being who can transform. Xavier finds her in the forest. Wednesday tells him about everything she's discovered. But Xavier tells her that her visions may be influenced by emotion. Wednesday refuses to believe him. She still thinks Rowan was right. Something terrible is coming. Back in town, Joseph Crackstone's statue is unveiled as part of a celebration. Wednesday is furious. She secretly asks Thing to help her destroy it. Thing pours gasoline around the statue. Then he sets it on fire. The entire town watches as the statue burns. Principal Weems immediately suspects Wednesday. Wednesday admits that she did it. She tells Weems that she knows the truth about Crackstone. Weems becomes angry and orders her out of the office. Meanwhile, the monster continues killing people in the forest. One night, Wednesday sneaks into the morgue to examine a victim. She notices something strange. The monster has been removing parts of its victims' bodies. It's collecting pieces from every person it kills. Wednesday realizes that the killings are not random. There is a pattern. The next day, she notices strange marks on Xavier's body. She searches his studio and finds drawings of the monster. The same monster she saw in the forest. Her suspicions become stronger. She secretly takes some material from Xavier's belongings and wants to compare his DNA with the monster's remains. But Xavier catches her. He explains that he sees the monster in his dreams. That's why he keeps drawing it. Because of his supernatural ability, Xavier can sometimes bring his drawings to life. But the monster is different. He can't control it. Wednesday still doesn't completely believe him. She goes to Sheriff Galpin and asks him to test the DNA. Meanwhile, Tyler discovers that Wednesday is going to the dance with Xavier. He's jealous. Thing sends Tyler a fake message pretending to be from Wednesday. Tyler believes the message is real. At the dance, Wednesday arrives wearing a black dress. Everyone is shocked by how beautiful she looks. Everyone except Xavier. He's too busy being jealous of Tyler. Xavier warns Wednesday that Tyler isn't trustworthy. He tells her about Tyler's violent behavior when he was younger. Wednesday confronts Tyler. He admits he did bad things when he was younger but claims he was only a teenager influenced by his friends. Wednesday decides to give him another chance. Meanwhile, Eugene is investigating the monster's cave. He sees a large vehicle near the area. Then the monster appears. Eugene runs. At the same time, Tyler's friends destroy the school dance. They spray fake blood everywhere. But then Wednesday gets another vision. She sees Eugene being attacked by the monster. Wednesday runs into the forest. Miss Thornhill follows her. When they arrive, the monster has already attacked Eugene. He's badly injured. Wednesday is devastated. She feels responsible. The next day, the parents visit Nevermore. Before meeting her parents, Wednesday investigates the old murder case involving Garrett Gates. Her father, Gomez, was accused of killing him. Then the sheriff receives shocking news. The former medical examiner has committed suicide. He leaves behind a confession saying he feels guilty about covering up Garrett's murder. The sheriff is convinced that the mystery is finally solved. He arrests Gomez. Wednesday visits her father in prison. She demands the truth. Gomez explains that Garrett Gates was obsessed with Morticia. One day, Garrett attacked Gomez and Morticia at school with a sword. Gomez tried to defend himself. During the struggle, Garrett was accidentally killed. Wednesday thanks her father for telling the truth. But something doesn't feel right. She knows her father is hiding something. Later, Wednesday sees her mother at the cemetery. Morticia is standing beside Garrett's grave. Wednesday follows her. She discovers that her mother has been visiting Garrett's grave in secret. Wednesday then visits Eugene in the hospital. He's still unconscious. His mother thanks Wednesday for being Eugene's friend. She tells her that Eugene had always been lonely. Wednesday feels guilty. She realizes that Eugene was attacked because she followed the mystery instead of protecting him. She tells the sheriff that Gomez isn't the real killer. She also points out something strange. The medical examiner confessed on the exact day Gomez returned to town. The sheriff doesn't believe it matters. Wednesday gives him the DNA samples. But there is no match. Now she's certain that someone is trying to stop her investigation. Wednesday returns to her mother and asks about the nightshades. Morticia finally explains the truth. The nightshades were originally created to protect outcasts. And Goody Addams was one of the people who helped establish them. Wednesday asks whether Morticia was part of the group. Morticia admits she was. She also tells Wednesday that Goody was the woman who killed Joseph Crackstone. Then Wednesday tells her mother the truth about Gomez. He didn't kill Garrett. Morticia finally reveals what really happened. Garrett had been poisoned before Gomez ever fought him. His father had given him poison and told him to use it against the students at Nevermore. But Garrett accidentally broke the bottle while confronting Gomez and Morticia. The poison spread through his body. He was already dying when Gomez fought him. Gomez took responsibility for the death to protect Morticia. Wednesday realizes that the symptoms her mother described match poisoning. So she goes to Garrett's grave. And she digs. All by herself. She opens the coffin and cuts off one of Garrett's fingers. The finger is blue. That's proof. Garrett died from poison. But before Wednesday can do anything else, the police arrive. She and Morticia are arrested. While in prison, Wednesday touches Garrett's finger. And she gets another vision. She sees Garrett arguing with his father. She sees the bottle of poison, and she finally understands the entire truth. Garrett's family hated the outcasts because the land where Nevermore was built originally belonged to their ancestors. Garrett's plan was to poison the students. The sheriff had discovered the truth but falsified the autopsy report to prevent another war between the town and the outcasts. Eventually, Gomez is released. Wednesday has solved the case. But another mystery is waiting. Morticia tells Wednesday that she will always be there for her. She apologizes for not being someone Wednesday trusted enough to tell about her visions. Wednesday finally admits that she has been seeing visions for months. Morticia explains that she also has visions. But there's a difference. Morticia is a dove. She sees positive and beautiful visions. Wednesday is a raven. She sees darker visions involving death and destruction. Morticia tells her that controlling these visions won't be easy. Sometimes, their ancestors are the only ones who can help. Wednesday realizes that Goody has already contacted her. And now she needs to learn how to control her powers. But the mystery of the monster is still unsolved. Wednesday discovers that someone is secretly controlling it. She confronts Principal Weems. She tells Weems that she knows someone has been hiding the truth about Rowan. Weems admits that Rowan's death was covered up to protect the school. Wednesday accuses her of caring more about Nevermore's reputation than the people who are dying. Then something terrifying happens. A message appears in flames inside the school. Fire will rain. Everyone panics. Wednesday decides to summon Goody's spirit. She wants to train her ability to see the past and future. But before she can begin, someone slips a mysterious message under her door. It tells her to go to Joseph Crackstone's old meeting place. Wednesday goes there. But when she arrives, Xavier, Enid, and the other students surprise her. It's her birthday. They brought her a cake. Wednesday doesn't know how to react. She's not used to people caring about her. But then she sees the same mysterious message written beside Crackstone's picture. She touches the picture. And another vision begins. She sees Goody standing in front of a huge mansion. Goody tells Wednesday to find the mansion before Crackstone reaches it. Wednesday asks Goody to help her control her visions. But Goody gives her a warning. A raven walks a lonely path. And Wednesday may have to face the darkness alone. The next day, Wednesday asks Tyler about the gate she saw in her vision. Tyler doesn't know where it is. But Xavier does. He has seen the same gate in his dreams. Wednesday realizes that the gate belongs to the old Gates mansion. So she starts investigating. she eventually discovers that the mansion once belonged to Garrett Gates. Wednesday and her friends search the property. Inside, she finds a hidden altar. There is a picture of Joseph Crackstone. And beside it is the same mysterious message. Wednesday realizes someone has been using the mansion recently. Suddenly, the monster appears. Wednesday and Tyler barely escape. But Wednesday notices something else. She sees the same vehicle that attacked the mayor. She also discovers evidence suggesting that bodies were being stored at the mansion. The next time she returns, everything has disappeared. The killer has removed all the evidence. Wednesday realizes that whoever is behind this is always one step ahead of her. Then the mayor is killed. Wednesday becomes even more determined to find the truth. She asks her uncle Fester for help. Fester knows about supernatural creatures. He identifies the monster. It's a hide. Fester explains that hides are naturally artistic but can also be extremely violent. They can be activated by trauma, chemicals, or hypnosis. And once a hide is controlled, it can become a weapon for whoever controls it. Wednesday realizes something important. She's not looking for one person anymore. She's looking for two. The hide. And its master. Wednesday starts watching Xavier. She follows him and notices him leaving his studio. Then she sees him getting into a car with the therapist. The therapist hypnotizes Xavier. Wednesday realizes the therapist may be controlling him. She tries to report what she saw to Principal Weems. But Weems refuses to believe her. Wednesday continues investigating. She meets Tyler again. He invites her to dinner. This time, he insists. They meet in the forest and watch a horror movie together. Tyler tries to kiss Wednesday. But Sheriff Galpin suddenly appears. He's investigating another robbery in town. Wednesday realizes that her uncle Fester is actually the thief. But because he can turn invisible, the sheriff can't catch him. Later, Wednesday returns to her room. And she finds Thing lying on the floor. He's been stabbed. Wednesday is horrified. The mysterious research notes about the hide have also disappeared. She takes Thing to Uncle Fester. Fester uses his electrical powers to revive him. Thing finally wakes up. And Wednesday promises revenge. She goes to Principal Weems and tells her that someone broke into the office and stole the research about hides. Weems finally admits that she knew about the existence of hides. But she says the school has a reason to hide the truth. If the public discovers that dangerous creatures can exist among the students, Nevermore could be shut down. Wednesday accuses Weems of caring more about the school's reputation than people's lives. Meanwhile, Bianca approaches Wednesday. She says she has information about the mayor's murder. They meet at the Nightshade's secret headquarters. There, they discover a file about Laurel Gates. Laurel was supposedly killed years ago. But there was never a body. After her disappearance, her property was transferred to an elderly woman. Before that woman died, she left everything to the person who had cared for her. That person was Laurel Gates. Wednesday realizes the truth. Laurel is alive. She has been hiding in town. And she's planning revenge. Wednesday confronts the therapist. She tells her that she knows she's involved. The therapist denies everything. She threatens to send Wednesday to a psychiatric institution. Wednesday calmly tells her that she could probably control the entire institution within a week. Then she leaves. The therapist becomes furious. She calls Principal Weems and complains about Wednesday. But while she's on the phone, she hears a strange noise coming from the bathroom. She investigates. The Hyde attacks her. And kills her. Wednesday learns about the murder. Now she knows the killer is still active. She searches Xavier's studio again. She finds drawings of the therapist after her death. The evidence points directly toward Xavier. The police arrest him. For the first time, Wednesday thinks she has finally solved the mystery. She spends time with Tyler. She starts trusting him. And then she kisses him. But the moment she does, she gets a vision. She sees Tyler killing the therapist. She sees him attacking Eugene. She sees him as the Hyde. Wednesday immediately leaves. She calls Tyler and asks him to meet her in the forest. When he arrives, Wednesday confronts him. She tells him she knows he's the Hyde. Tyler tries to act innocent. But Wednesday has already prepared for him. She tells him she's not alone. Suddenly, the nightshades appear. Bianca and the others surround Tyler. They take him to Xavier's studio. Wednesday plans to torture him until he transforms into the Hyde. But the others refuse. They don't want to torture someone. So they decide to call Principal Weems. The police arrive. Wednesday is arrested. Before Tyler leaves, he whispers something to her. He tells her he enjoyed every murder. Wednesday realizes she has fallen into his trap. Principal Weems expels her from Nevermore. Wednesday apologizes to Xavier. But Xavier refuses to forgive her. She destroyed his reputation. Wednesday begins packing her things. She's leaving Nevermore. But then Miss Thornhill gives her a plant she likes. Wednesday visits Eugene in the hospital. He has finally woken up. She asks him what he saw. Eugene remembers the monster's shoes. They were red. Wednesday suddenly realizes something. Tyler's shoes weren't red. Someone else was controlling him. She returns to Nevermore. And goes straight to Miss Thornhill. Wednesday calls her by her real name. Laurel Gates. Thornhill is shocked. Wednesday tells her that she knows exactly what happened. Laurel used chemicals to activate Tyler's Hyde abilities. She also learned how to control Hydes. And because Tyler's mother was a Hyde, Laurel knew he could be transformed. Laurel didn't just want revenge. She wanted to destroy every outcast at Nevermore. Suddenly, Tyler appears. Wednesday tells him that Laurel is the person controlling him. Laurel orders Tyler to kill Wednesday. Tyler transforms into the Hyde. But Wednesday has another surprise. She has already figured out how Laurel plans to resurrect Joseph Crackstone. Laurel captures Wednesday and takes her to the old meeting place. Wednesday is tied up. Laurel begins preparing a ritual. She needs Wednesday's blood. Because Wednesday is a descendant of Goody Addams. The same Goody who killed Joseph Crackstone centuries ago. Laurel cuts Wednesday's hand and places her blood on Crackstone's grave. The ground begins to shake. Joseph Crackstone rises. His first goal is simple. Destroy Nevermore. Crackstone sees Wednesday. And he recognizes her as Goody's descendant. He attacks her. Wednesday falls to the ground. She's badly injured. Then Goody appears. She tells Wednesday that she can enter her body and give her the strength to fight Crackstone. Goody enters Wednesday. And Wednesday gets back up. Meanwhile, Tyler transforms into the Hyde. He tries to stop Wednesday from reaching Nevermore. But Enid finally transforms into a werewolf. She attacks Tyler. The two creatures fight. Wednesday reaches Nevermore. Crackstone is already there. He's burning the school. Wednesday confronts him with the sword. The same weapon Goody once used against him. But Crackstone is incredibly powerful. He breaks the sword. The school is burning around them. And he's about to kill Wednesday. Suddenly, Xavier appears. He shoots Crackstone with an arrow. Crackstone stops the arrow. Then he moves toward Xavier. Wednesday jumps in front of him. She protects Xavier. Crackstone attacks her. Wednesday falls. Then Bianca attacks Crackstone from behind. But he barely reacts. Wednesday notices the broken sword on the ground. She grabs a piece of it. And drives it directly into Crackstone's heart. Crackstone turns to ash. But Laurel isn't finished. She points a gun at Wednesday. She tells her that even if she can't destroy every outcast, she can at least destroy Wednesday. She prepares to fire. Then suddenly, thousands of bees attack her. Eugene appears. He's controlling them. The bees overwhelm Laurel. Wednesday survives. At the same time, Sheriff Galpin finds Tyler. Tyler is still in his hide form. The sheriff shoots him. Tyler turns back into a human. And his father finally realizes the truth. Tyler inherited the hide ability from his mother. The battle is finally over. Nevermore survives. Laurel is defeated. Crackstone is gone. Xavier is cleared of all accusations. And Wednesday's friends survive. But Wednesday isn't the same person who arrived at Nevermore. At the beginning, she wanted nothing more than to escape. She believed she didn't need anyone. But along the way, she made friends. Without a doubt, Wednesday has learned to trust people. And even though she would never admit it, she has also started to care about them. Enid, Xavier, Eugene, and even Thing have slowly become an important part of her life. Wednesday may still prefer darkness, silence, and solitude. But now, she understands something she never expected to learn. Being alone doesn't always mean being strong. And sometimes, the people you believe you don't need are the very people who end up saving you. But just when Wednesday thinks the nightmare is finally over, something even stranger begins to happen. She starts receiving mysterious messages from someone who seems to be watching her. Someone knows where she is. Someone knows what she's doing. And whoever it is clearly isn't finished with Wednesday Addams. So, what do you think? Who do you think will become Wednesday's biggest threat in the next chapter? And after everything she has been through, do you think she can really trust anyone? Share your theory in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this full story recap, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There are plenty more movies, books, series, mysteries, and unforgettable stories waiting for you. We'll keep learning English, improving our listening, discovering new vocabulary, and growing together, all while enjoying great stories. So, subscribe, join the journey, and let's make learning English something you actually look forward to.